G'day viewers, Retro Man here, and welcome to episode 11 of Lost Songs from the 1980s. Today I'll be taking a look at a funky Italian disco track. Man, this could really blow your mind, this one. In fact, this song kind of has a futuristic feel to it. There is a synth line that moves through this track that is just so effortlessly funky, so you'll want to listen to it again and again. But it's an oddity ultimately, and also I'll be dusting off a track from a Grammy Award winning singer. She was a powerhouse vocalist in the 80s, and man, this song is much more than a fad track. Another Life by Carno is a 1983 Italian disco track. Now, this band was first formed in the late 70s, and as they moved into the 80s, they still retained that disco groove. So Another Life by Carno really has a lot going on. It's kind of a funky disco song with some R&B flavours. It even feels a little bit Tangerine Dreamish. You know, if you've ever seen the movie Risky Business and you've heard that soundtrack by Tangerine Dream, this song would not have been out of place in the Risky Business movie at all. I can just imagine Tom Cruise and Rebecca De Mornay featured in this music video. So Carno or Kano, however you wish to pronounce the band, these guys were just a product of the 80s that were big in Europe but kind of slipped under the radar in the rest of the world. But if you hit play on this song, I'm sure you'll get swept up in the mystery and those futuristic vibes. And there's a clip of it floating around online from German TV back in '83, and you see the lead singer, Glenn White, going to town in the clip. He's in a sleeveless t-shirt. Those dance moves were really the cool thing at the time. I mean, they could be looked at as cheesy today, but Glenn is laying down a vocal here. He's backing it up with those flavours of the era, and it really makes for a nostalgic concoction. As for the girls in the music video, I'm not sure whether they were dancers or models. Whatever the case, they actually hit every groove of this song. They're dancing their hearts out behind that plastic covering, and who knows why they put the plastic there. They're kind of like go-go dancers from the 60s, but the plastic almost makes it look kind of strange. And seeing those girls performing behind the plastic wrap is amusing, but at the same time alarming. I mean, who do they need protection from? But I have seen some other clips of Glenn performing this song on other European music shows. It sounds exactly the same, so I don't think the track was ever performed live. Glenn is just a consummate lip syncer. But what I will say is that in some of the other clips, Glenn goes solo. So those girls aren't back in the other clips. They were just for this one. But whatever the case, it did give this music video a veneer that was futuristic, wacky, and out there. And Glenn is really giving it his all. So in some ways, you could say hand the man a Grammy, because he's just committed to this. But that synth line is memorable. It runs through and it just keeps the song moving from start to finish. And Glenn White is just one of those forgotten singers. He has a West Indian background, and outside of this, I don't really know what he ever did. So Another Life did receive quite a bit of radio play in Europe, and it actually managed to hit a peak in Switzerland where it charted at number 8. Unfortunately, it didn't do as well in Germany. It kind of fell down to number 10. And really, this is an Italian-based disco band, and you would think it would have exploded in Italy, but over there, Another Life only charted at at number 23. So you could say that overall, Another Life did so-so business. I mean, it didn't chart in Australia, it didn't chart in the United States. So Another Life missed the boat on the charts, but I think that this song, deserves to be recognised for what it is trying to do. It is really fun, it is funky, but I think as time's gone on, this song is one of those ones that just has all of those flavours that were current at that time, and Glenn White really just goes to town on it. So all in all, I would say that Another Life is basically infectious, and sometimes that's all you need for a pop song that has disco flavours. So kudos to the gang for coming up with what I would call some sort of bubblegum concoction. Some people may consider Another Life a cheesy representation of the era, but guys, some people will tell you it is pure magic. But for the most part, I think this track sits in the pocket due to that almost effortless groove that'll leave you buzzing and wanting more. So Another Life has a great vibe, and for those of you that are looking for lost 80s songs, this is one that you can just soak up and enjoy. Breakdance is this 1984 pop song from Irene Cara, and the vocals are spot on. She really fires on all cylinders here, and at the time some people were thinking, wow, breakdance, is this song just to cash in on a fad? But of course we know it's not, but it's one of those things. Some people looked at it as a fad, but really breakdance was a cultural lifestyle choice. It was part of the fundamentals of hip-hop. It was one of those subparts, and really breakdancing is just wonderful to watch. And this really is much more than just a fad song. It hit in 1984 when breakdancing was huge, but this song was more than that. Irene Cara grew up in the Bronx, and she really wanted to do a track that felt like a throwback to her youth and where she came from. So this is a killer track that really has all those flavours of pop with a little bit of hip-hop mixed in, and it's just a great dance track. And I think for the most part, this song has all those elements. It really is a mainstream pop song, and this is Irene's third single from her What a Feeling album. It was also written by Giorgio Moroder, this track, so it really has some pedigree with its writing. And what I have heard is that when Giorgio Moroder was writing this thing, he based it on the Herbie Hancock hit Rocket. So this song has a lot going on, and if you've ever seen the music video, there's just a warmth of animation coming in there, plus those signature Irene vocals, and it really comes together so well. Now in the music video, you'll see some animated breakdancing imagery saddled with some small little clips of Irene here and there. And the music video really is a saturation of all of those early 80s computer effects. It's a product of the 80s in all of its synthetic groove. But I must say this, if you want to see Irene Cara perform this track to the absolute hilt, you must see her performance on Solid Gold. She's in a red onesie and she really goes to town. She busts out these dance moves. She has a sparkling black belt. She looks fantastic. And I tell you what, they may not be breakdance moves, but Irene can really dance. So if you're looking for a great clip clip of Irene performing breakdance, definitely check out the Solid Gold clip. I think it's an improvement on the music video. The music video kind of throws little glimpses of Irene in here and there in animated form, but watching her perform the track from start to finish on Solid Gold really adds something to the song. And I'm sure anyone that checks out the Solid Gold clip will just go, man, can Irene dance. It is just great to see. So she's not busting all those popping and locking moves, but she really has some great moves that make this song even more infectious. Now, breakdance did okay on the charts. It went to number 8 in the United States on the Billboard Hot 100. It actually reached chart position 10 in Canada. And in Australia, the song didn't perform as good as it could. It only reached number 19. But its highest position in the world was in South Africa, where it clenched position 4. So overall, those chart positions aren't too bad. I mean, it didn't exactly do What a Feeling business, but it did some tidy positions. And sometimes that is all you need for a follow-up single. So yes, if you're a fan of Irene Cara, breakdance will be fondly remembered. Others will just go, what? I didn't even know there was a song called breakdance. So kudos to Irene Cara for taking a chance on a song like this. And I really think that she gave it her all, and it just makes for a killer track. So if you haven't heard it for a while, Breakdance from 1984 is another winner from Irene Cara, and today it's kind of a lost song. Well, that just about does it. Thanks for watching episode 11 of Lost Songs from the 1980s. That was a lot of fun. And tell me what you think of those underrated songs in the comments below. I mean, whatever happened to Glenn White and Kano? Not to mention Irene Cara, the late Irene Cara and Breakdance. What an underrated song that was. So tell me what you think in the comments. And as always, guys, please like, comment and subscribe, and please make sure you hit that notification button so you don't miss out on my next episode. Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure. Until next time, this is Retro Man, living the dream, retro style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang. But in the meantime, please check out these other episodes.